and drips away. Days burn, disintegrate. Years roll along and fade. Don't let them slip away. Right here, right now, today. These are the good old days. Right here, right now, today. Hey, these are the good old days.
In 1984, when World Events Production released the first Voltron series, it was a smash hit. And just like in the 80s, for every other smash hit cartoon, a toy line would follow. Now, because this was a recycled cartoon from Japan, toys already existed, so Matchbox simply imported in the toy design for the Lion box, and we got the first Voltron Lion Force. Now, quickly after that, Panache Place got the license, and they released their version of Voltron, which was an action figure-based line. Now, things were a little out of scale, and this Voltron didn't look as screen accurate as the Matchbox one, but it was still a great toy. But really, that was the debate we had as children, is did you have the Matchbox die-cast Voltron, or did you have the Panache Place action figure Voltron, which was even bigger? You see, there was a lot of Voltron toys being released, in all kinds of different scales and sizes, but when it came to what we really wanted as a Voltron, we wanted one that looked the part and could separate and articulate lines. So it really came down to Matchbox or Panache Place. Except for an often forgotten version of Voltron, which was released by LJN. It was the Motorized Voltron. It was a shrunk down 7-inch version of essentially the Matchbox design, but it incorporated wheels for the pull back and go car design that was very popular at the time. And this just happened to be the Voltron I had as a kid. It was much smaller than the Matchbox and the Panache Place, but it separated into 5 lions, they were articulated, it looked just like the show. This was a great Voltron. Now, as fate would have it, recently I was in a little shop called the Comic Doctor in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. And he had a selection of Voltron toys there. And for the first time in 30 years, I saw it. The LJN Motorized Voltron I had as a kid. Kind of. This one was in pretty rough shape. It was missing pieces, and it wasn't all there. But I thought, if I can get this for the right price, this is going to make a fantastic restoration project. So we came to an agreement, and I took that Voltron home. And today, we're going to see if we can't get it back on the shelf.
And now, back to Voltron, defender of the universe.
Alright, so here is the Voltron that we found. You can see he's got those wheels there that make him the motorized one. But you can notice right away he's got 2 blue legs, and so that'll never do. He's missing a wing here, and some of the legs on the arms, the arm lines, have been broken off, so you got to figure all that out. Now, first off, the blue leg. We went to another shop after the Dr. Comics. We went to Comic Alley Toys, which is a great toy store in Oshawa. And in there, just sitting on a shelf for a couple of bucks, I found this yellow lion. So it was, I guess it was fate that day. And so we picked him up, and now we have all the lions we need for this Voltron. We just need to kind of get them fixed up. So you can see the chrome on all of these lines is a little bit rough, so we're going to fix that up. But the first thing we're going to do now here is take care of this wing. So just going to take it off here, and we're going to do our best to make a replacement set of wings for this guy. So let's go into our PowerPoint, and we're going to make up a template for one, and then import that template into our 3D design space. Alright, now with these designed up, we're just going to print off a couple. So we printed off a matched set, so the color would be exactly the same on both wings as opposed to just really close. And those are fitting in just perfect. So once those rings are in, we can see that already is starting to look much, much better. Now the next thing we're going to do is these lines both have a broken back leg. So we're going to design up a leg replacement for that in our 3D space. Alright, now we got this leg replacement designed up. I think looking pretty great. We're going to print off a couple of them and then attach them to the lions. Now there is going to be a bit of a trick to this because the post we're putting the leg on has a flange on it. And so it's going to be a little tricky to get the 3D printed leg on there because it's going to be made right to fit. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to heat up the printed leg in hot water like we do and kind of maneuver it over top of that like flanged top. And then I'm going to put it back in hot water and hopefully it reforms or goes back to its original shape, in essence tightening itself around that post. So let's get some hot water and try that out. So here's our hot water. I'm just going to take again the end of this 3D printed leg here. We're going to put it into the hot water, and we're going to make that that loop fairly easy to work with. And we're going to fit it right around this post. There, we've got it on, but you can see the leg's all weird and janked up now. So I'm just going to put it back in the hot water, let it reform or take its original shape, and in essence, it should have just tightened up right around that flange. Look at this. That is that's pretty cool. I think that is a perfect fit. You can see if we get some focus there. There it is. You can see it's fit perfectly around there. It is tight. It's never coming off. That is exciting. Let's do the same thing with the green leg. So we're going to do the same thing for the green lion. We're going to take the printed leg, just warm it up in the water, and we're going to get it on the post and then reshape it with the hot water, tightening it up. And it is going to be good as new. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. Look at that. That leg's not going anywhere, and it fits on there nice and snug. That's very exciting. I'm very happy with how this is working out. Now also, just because of the size, I didn't design the foot to move. It's pretty stationary, but it will lock up in place and fold up nicely for the robot mode. So that's great. We'll have a good robot mode, and the leg will also be able to stand for lion mode. So that's I couldn't be happier with that. Now the next thing we're going to do is there's some pretty rough chrome on some of these lions, and also the leg we just printed up don't have chrome on them as well. So we're going to take our chrome pens and just get to work. So as you can see, with a little bit of time from the chrome pens, the limbs are looking good on all the lions. Even the new printed limbs are looking like they just kind of blend right in. So we got some really shiny lions. Everybody's got the right amount of feet. The last thing we have to do is our yellow lion that we got at the second store is missing his number 5 sticker. So we got to make him up a new sticker, and then we should be all set to go. And once we get that printed and sized on some sticker paper here, we're just going to carefully apply it. And he's going to be looking good. And it is now time to combine Voltron. Now there's our Voltron all set to go. He just needs a sword. And if you remember, we did our panache place Voltron. We designed a sword up for him. So we're just going to take that same sword we designed up and shrink it down a little bit, and it'll be all set for this guy. So there's our Voltron. He's all restored. He's got his appropriately sized sword form, and he's all set to go. But we're not done yet today. My good buddy Nazi, he was telling me that in the show, the pilots of the Lions had these laser guns that they used quite a bit, and the figures that Panache Place came out with never had any laser guns for them. So he sent me some shots of the card backs that showed some of these guns, and I looked at some of this footage here and tried to get my best approximation of the laser gun. So we're going to see if we can't make up some laser pistols for these Panache Place figures here. See if we can't arm them up. And now that these are all designed up, we'll just print them off, and they should just fit right into these guys' hands, and they can finally do some shooting.
So there you go, there's our restoration of an LJN motorized Voltron, as well as some accessories for the Panache Place action figures that came with that Voltron, and I'm so excited to have them all as part of my collection. If you like what we did today, if you're having as much fun as we did, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment on the video, let us know what you think. But most of all, we hope to see you on the next episode.